You know what's funny? While everyone's out here trying to launch the next crypto startup or become an influencer, there are people quietly making millions selling trash. Literally. But we'll get to that. Look, I get it. When you think millionaire, you're probably picturing some tech genius in a hoodie disrupting industries, right? Silicon Valley energy. But here's the truth nobody talks about. The real millionaires, they're making their money in the most unglamorous, straight-up boring industries you can imagine. And stick with me here, because number 4 on this list involves something you probably flushed this morning. I'm serious. Let's jump in. Number 1, vending machines. I know, you're thinking, vending machines, really? That's your big millionaire secret? But hear me out. There's this guy who used to work in accounting. Regular dude. Hated every second of it. One day he buys one vending machine for about $2,000, sticks it in an office building. That machine makes him about $300 a month profit. He thinks, okay, that's decent beer money. Then the light bulb goes off. What if I had 10 machines, 20, 100? Fast forward 5 years, he's got over 800 vending machines across multiple cities. He makes around $2.3 million a year. And you know what he does all day? Whatever he wants. His team handles everything else. The beautiful thing about vending machines is they work while you sleep. They don't call in sick. They don't need health insurance. They just sit there, quietly turning your dollar bills into more dollar bills. Plus, everyone talks about passive income, but nobody actually has passive income. This is actually passive. You stock it once a week and it prints money 24/7. Is it sexy? Absolutely not. Will your friends be impressed at parties? Probably not. But you know what is impressive? Making 6 figures while you're literally asleep. Number 2, self-storage facilities. Okay, stay with me because this one's even more boring than vending machines, but the numbers are absolutely insane. People are hoarders. I'm sorry, but it's true. We buy stuff we don't need, can't fit it in our houses, and then we pay someone to store our junk. It's honestly kind of beautiful from a business perspective. Here's why self-storage is a gold mine. Once you build it, your overhead is nothing. There's no inventory, no employees walking around all day, no complicated operations, just rows of metal boxes that people stuff with their childhood memorabilia and exercise equipment they swore they'd use. The average self-storage facility has a profit margin of 40–50%. Let me put that in perspective. Most businesses are thrilled with 10–15%. And people almost never stop renting these units. They're like gym memberships, except the storage unit actually gets used. Someone rents a unit thinking, oh, just for a few months while I reorganize. 3 years later, they're still paying $150 a month because they forgot they even have it, or they're too lazy to clean it out. There's this woman who owns 4 storage facilities, started with one 15 years ago. She makes about $1.8 million in profit annually. Her biggest headache? Occasionally having to cut a lock when someone doesn't pay. That's it, that's the drama. Number 3, laundromats. Now we're getting into the really unglamorous stuff. But before you click away, let me tell you about the $300,000 laundromat. No, that's not what it costs. That's what it makes, per year. For the owner who just sits back and collects. Here's the thing about laundromats. People always need to wash their clothes. Recession? People still need clean underwear. Pandemic? Especially need clean stuff. Economic boom? Yep, still doing laundry. It's recession-proof, pandemic-proof, pretty much everything-proof except maybe a meteor wiping out humanity, and even then the cockroaches might need to fluff and fold. The startup cost isn't cheap. You're looking at maybe $200K to $500K to get a decent place running. But once it's operational, you're basically printing money. The machines do all the work. You just collect coins. Or, let's be real, card payments now because we're not savages. And here's the kicker. You can run multiple laundromats with barely any extra effort. One owner I read about has 12 locations and employs just 3 people. The rest is automated. Is it glamorous? You're literally in the dirty clothes business. But you know what's glamorous? Financial freedom, beach houses, early retirement. I'll take boring over broke any day of the week. Number 4, portable toilet rentals. Told you we'd get to this one. Now, I need you to really think about this for a second. Every construction site, every outdoor wedding, every festival, every marathon, what do they all need? Bathrooms! And not just any bathrooms, portable ones. This is legitimately one of the most profitable businesses you've never thought about. And it's hilarious how much money there is in human waste management. There's this one guy who started a porta potty business during a major recession. Everyone's losing their shirts in real estate and stocks. He's over here delivering toilets and making bank. Why? Because people don't stop pooping during recessions. Construction might slow down, but it doesn't stop. Events still happen, and someone's got to provide the facilities. He started with 5 units. Now he's got over 400 units and brings in about 1.2 million a year in revenue with roughly 60% profit margins. The best part? Once you get past the obvious you factor, it's simple. You deliver the units, you service them weekly, you pick them up. That's it. Sure, you're in the poop business, but you're crying all the way to the bank in your luxury car while everyone else is stuck in their corporate cubicle trying to look busy. Dignity is overrated. Money isn't. Number 5, parking lots. This one's so boring it might actually put you to sleep, but the profit margins will wake you right back up. Imagine owning a piece of land. Not fancy land, not beachfront property, just a flat piece of concrete. You paint some lines on it, put up a sign that says, parking $10, and boom, you're in business. In cities, parking lots can make stupid amounts of money. We're talking $50,000 to $100,000 plusers per month for a decent-sized lot in the right location. Your expenses? Basically nothing. Maybe you pay someone minimum wage to sit in a booth and take money, or you install an automated system. That's it. No inventory, no manufacturing, no shipping, no customer service nightmares. Just cars going in, cars going out, and money piling up. There's this parking lot owner who bought a lot for $800,000 20 years ago. It now generates $75,000 a month. He's made his investment back 17 times over, and it just keeps printing money. The only thing you're selling is space. Empty space. You're literally monetizing nothing. And people say making money is hard. Number 6, property management. All right, last one. And this might be the most boring of them all, but it's also possibly the smartest. Property management is when you manage rental properties for other people who don't want to deal with the headaches. You collect the rent, handle maintenance requests, deal with tenant issues, and take a cut, usually 8 to 12% of the monthly rent. Sounds simple, right? It is. But here's where it gets interesting. You can manage hundreds of properties without owning a single one. Zero real estate investment needed on your part. You're just the middleman, and the middleman gets paid. Let's do some quick math. Say you manage 200 properties with an average rent of $500 a month. That's $300,000 in monthly rent flowing through your business. Your 10% cut, $30,000 per month. That's $360,000 per year. And your expenses are basically just payroll for a small team and some software. One property management company started with just 12 properties. Now they manage over 400 and pull in over $3 million in annual revenue. The owner spends most of his time traveling the world. The beauty of this business is scalability. Once you have systems in place, going from 100 properties to 200 isn't twice as hard. It's maybe 20% harder. And your profits basically double. So there you have it. 6 businesses that will never get featured in TechCrunch or win any innovation awards. You won't be giving TED Talks about your revolutionary porta potty strategy, but you know what you will be doing? Making money. Real, actual, consistent money. Here's the thing everyone misses. Boring is beautiful. Boring is predictable. Boring means proven. These businesses have been making people rich for decades because they solve real problems that never go away. People will always need to park. They'll always need storage. They'll always need to do laundry. They'll always need bathrooms. They'll always want snacks from vending machines. And property owners will always want someone else to deal with tenant drama. While everyone else is chasing the next shiny thing, the next disruption, the next viral trend, you could be building real wealth in industries that have been quietly minting millionaires since before the internet existed. The question isn't whether these businesses work. They do. The question is, are you willing to be bored? Because I promise you, being bored and rich beats being excited and broke every single time. If this opened your eyes to a whole new way of thinking about business, do me a favor and like this video. And drop a comment telling me which boring business you'd actually start. Are you team porta potty? Team parking lot? I genuinely want to know.